Welcome. I'm Jill Kwan from the Warrior Success Center. Today I'll be sharing information to help you feel comfortable picking courses when you meet with an advisor. First, we're going to talk about the big picture of how you pick courses that work towards getting all your check marks on the list of what you need to graduate. These circles represent the categories of courses you will take, and as you notice, there is overlap between the circles, so some classes will fit into more than one of these categories. When talking about your first semester classes, we'll be concentrating on the major and general education program courses. Let's start with the major. Majors are usually between 45 to 60 credits. Almost every major will have courses that overlap with the Gen Ed program. This is especially helpful in cases where students don't have a major yet or end up switching their major because no matter what, those classes will still count towards your Gen Ed goal areas. For example, if you're a nursing major, your anatomy and physiology course will also count towards Goal 3, natural sciences. If you are a business major, your microecon course will count towards Goal 5, which is history and social sciences. I just want to briefly mention minors. Not all students end up needing a minor, and many of the minors are quite small, so it's not something you need to focus on your first semester if you don't have a minor in mind yet. Before we go into depth on the Gen Ed, let's touch on electives. Electives are courses that count towards graduation, but they don't give you any specific check mark you need for the Gen Ed or major categories. An example of an elective course that everyone should take first semester is the Orientation 100 course. This course tells you what you need to succeed at Winona State. Topics include study skills, how to get involved, campus resources, and much more. Meeting weekly and getting the information right when you need it most is a huge benefit, so you should definitely put Orientation 100 on your class list for fall semester. Now, let's dig into the Gen Ed program. All students have to complete this checklist of 10 goals and the physical development and wellness credits to graduate from Winona State. When you are searching for classes in e-services, you can do an advanced search by goal area so you will see all the courses from that goal that are available. Some classes meet more than one goal area, which is a great way to get our Gen Eds done a little more quickly. For example, the foreign language courses meet Goal 6 and Goal 8. Completing Gen Eds is also a great way for students who haven't yet decided on a major to explore a wide range of classes and still make progress on their degree requirements. Overall, I just want to point out that when thinking about these categories, keeping an eye out for classes that fit into the overlap between the circles is a good strategy, which gives you some flexibility and helps you stay on track to graduate in 4 years. So that's the big picture. I know it's a lot to take in, but we have an amazing tool called the Degree Audit Report, or DARS, that's going to keep track of all of this for you. After you register, you'll get an email with instructions to do a few tasks, and that includes filling out the Declaration of Major form. Be sure to do that right away, even if it's just to note that you are undecided, because it triggers the preparation of your DARS. To see your DARS, log back into eServices and click on Academic Records. It will list all the Gen Ed goal areas and major requirements and tell you exactly where the classes you registered for fit and what categories you still need to complete. This can be especially helpful if mom and dad are wondering why you took a particular class. Here's a few more hints and tips to build a great schedule. You'll be working with an advisor to actually register for classes, but you can make changes to your schedule all the way through the first week of class. So it's important that you understand the importance of focusing on courses that meet the Gen Ed categories and or are required for your major. And then check the DARS right away after you make any changes to verify that the classes fit exactly where you thought they would. Assuming that you want to be a full-time student, plan on registering for about 15 to 16 credits. Most classes are 3 credits, so that will be around 5 to 6 classes. To stay on the 4-year plan, you need to average 15 credits a semester, which is very manageable. And many students ramp up to more like 17 or 18 credits a semester once they've got some experience under their belt. Also, there's opportunities for taking summer courses. So even if there are a few oops moments on your pathway, that goal of completing the 100 20 credits in 4 years is very, very realistic. A few other notes. If you're not bringing in credits for either speech or English, you would plan on taking one of those courses fall semester to help you meet Goal 1. To place you in the correct English and math courses, we'll be looking at your placement scores. For most of you, we'll use your ACT scores, but we can also add more layers of information to get the best fit. For example, having you take the AccuPlacer exam or talking about what math classes you took your senior year and how well you did in those. There's more information about course placement on our website, and that URL is listed on the screen. Your advisor will be contacting you to set up a time to meet online to register. Be sure to set aside that time to give them your full attention. Be ready to share information like any AP exams that you took this spring. Embrace the new experiences and be open to how things will be different from high school. Lastly, as you work with the advisor, you ultimately will need to make relatively quick decisions about what classes you want to take. Parents, I know it's hard to step back, but let this be practice for letting go just a little. It's important that the student is the one making the decision about what classes they'll be taking. I know it's nerve-wracking, but I promise you we'll take good care of them. Finally, be sure to just ask questions at any point. We're here to help. We know there's a lot to take in, and we want to do everything we can to make sure you have a wonderful experience at Winona State.